Hello guys, it's me, Nikki. I've been made very aware by now that biologically I cannot make my own children, but I can make this child right here. What is that intro? The number one question I would always get whenever I would launch anything, where's the palette? We know you're doing a palette, but
you're NikkieTutorials and you're not doing a palette. What is wrong with you?
Nothing is wrong with me. I'm here with a palette. So in this video today, I'm gonna talk to you about Nimya the palette, the meaning behind the names, how it all started. I'm gonna show you how it did these eyes. But before we get started, I want you to know, let's open her up, okay. Nimya the palette is available right now. If you go over to Nimya.com, you can order this baby right here. It's a 15-pan pressed pigment palette that I'm so incredibly proud of. It retails for €49.99. We literally ship to a bunch of countries. Plus, if you order on Nimya.com and your order is over €60, so if you buy the palette and like a cooling eye stick or the Spill the Juice lip gloss, you will get free shipping for a limited time. So if you don't want to waste your money on shipping costs, now is the time to order, because if your order is over €60, you'll get free shipping wherever we ship to. Who's ready for this palette? All right, so like I mentioned, ever since I launched Nimya, I think the number one, okay, I got two like high requests. The number one was a palette and the other one was full coverage foundation. I think it's very easy to think of me as having a brand and having all the funds to kind of like do whatever I want, but that's not the case. I'm an indie brand. I funded Nimya with my own money, but I'm gonna be straight up honest with you, I haven't made any money back. So all the money that I invested is still in Nimya, because making makeup is very expensive, you guys. I know it may seem like it's not, but it's very expensive. And when doing a foundation range that is multiple shades in multiple like quantities of product, and that is a very costly bill. Nimya doesn't have the funds for that. But recently we celebrated our 1-year anniversary that I'm so proud of. And to ring in the new year, there was no better way than to do it with a pressed pigment palette. I wanted to create a palette that is so totally me, but also like a love story for Nimya. And when I think of a typical Nikkie glam, it is those bronzy tones. It is a glam smoky eye, but with pops of shimmer, pops of color. This is like a very typical Nikkie eye, but this is like a Nikkie eye with a colorful twist. So I wanted my first palette for Nimya to be something that is so me and totally something that I would gravitate towards every single day. Not to toot my own horn, but I think I did it. It is made in Italy. Italy's like the top notch when it comes to like eyeshadow formulas. I'm really proud to say that all the shadows are vegan and cruelty free. We went for cardboard, sustainable. I'm really proud of this, you guys. Come on, my own palette. All right, so like I said, Nimya the palette is available right now on Nimya.com. And I wanna tell you a little bit more about the colors and the names behind them. So first row, we've got Supreme Queen, Bad Beach, Mr. and Mrs. Tutorials, Swish Swish, and B for Basic. Now, Supreme Queen is a very soft, champagne-ish gold color. I'm wearing it on this lid right here. Then we've got Bad Beach. It's sort of like an orange, sort of like creamy dessert. It's gorgeous, and it's a matte. Mr. and Mrs. Tutorials, you guys. This color is so special to me. It is a soft rose gold, but like the sparkles and like specks of glitter in it are like bright pink, green,
I know,
champagne, gold, like the reflex, like the twinkle in it is just nuts on another level. I did my full makeup with Maybelline products for my wedding day, but I did snuck in like a little bit of Mr. and Mr. Tutorials on my lid for my big day. Right next to that is Swish Swish, which is another gorgeous, soft pink transition color. And then last in that row is B for Basic, and B for Basic is a warm toned, more mid-tone blending shade. On the center row, we're starting off with Brr Brr, Vur, Disco Stick, Level Up, and Royal Family. Now, Brr Brr is a duochrome of a bright, bright sky blue, but the reflection of it is a purple, like a purple lavender. This shade right here is just on an... Next to that, we have the most bright, pure, insanely crazy matte orange shade, which is the true Nimya orange. It's called Vuur, which is Dutch for fire. Then we've got Disco Stick, which is a pearly white, but with a sort of like pink, lavender, teal, blue duochrome to it. Level Up is Nimya's Copper. That is actually the copper of our License to Glow serum of the packaging. We love this copper, and it's sparkly. It's got gold specks in it. It's stunning. Royal Family is our signature Nimya dark blue, and it just reminds me of the Dutch royal family, whom I've met, and they are incredibly sweet. By the way, Amalia, lieve schat, wanneer kom je op mijn kanaal? Het is tijd. Then for the bottom row, we have Sassy, Classy, Never Boring, Final Boss, Braun Tour, and Herfst Heaven. This is like the more smoky row of the palette. So Sassy Classy is your like true, rich, dark brown. Perfect for like a dark brown smoky eye. Never Boring, I'm wearing Never Boring in the crease right here. It's like that twist where it's like a little bit more mauvey, a little bit more pink. It's like a cool twist to like a classic eye. Final Boss, another duochrome. Looks like maroonish, pinkish, shimmerish in the pan. When I'm looking at it like this, it's like brown gold. But like on camera, it's pink-ish. Bronzer is my shade. Listen, okay, I can show you my sample package. Look how busted Bronzer is. Like if I do an eye and I want something nice and structured, it's Bronzer, because Bronzer is bronzer and contour mixed together. So it has the coolness of a contour shade, but the warmth of a bronzer shade. And it's my most used shade, and I'm so happy with it. And like I mentioned, Herfst Heaven is like a vampy shade. And then we're just left with, 15 insanely pigmented, rich, buttery, pressed pigments that I just know you guys are going to love. Now, I do want to mention something. A lot of people were like, when I released these colors on Instagram at NikkieTutorials,
I expected more color.
I also saw some comments saying,
Girl, we've seen these shades.
sweetheart, everything has been done. I think now it's more so supporting the brand, supporting the creator, and supporting the formula. I feel like as soon as you get to try this palette and get to try the formulas, you guys are gonna be just very impressed. I know this. I wouldn't stamp my name on something I don't believe in. And I'm very picky with my eyeshadows. I mean, you've seen me review 1,001 palettes, and I always have something to say about them. And now it was my task to create something that I would fall in love with, and I have. If you are not comfortable with colors, this is a palette that you can feel very safe in, but I put colors in here to kind of tickle sort of like your interest to, what was this? I put some shades in here to kind of dare you to step out of your comfort zone and try a brr or try a Vuur. Try different shades to kind of end up with something else. Like I said, it's available right now at Nimya.com, 49.99 euros. Free shipping if your order is over 60 euros. Now, I'm sure you're dying to see this baby in action, so I'm not gonna make you wait any longer. Just sit down, grab a snack, because I'm gonna show you how I did this eye and this eye right here, all using Nimya the palette. All right, are you ready to play with Nimya the palette? Let's go. First, I'm gonna go in with Bronzer. Now, of course, my eyelids are primed with my P. Louise base, because you always wanna use a primer before dipping in with your shadows. And first, I'm dipping it onto the outer corners of my eyes. Get that nice and up there, get that drama, honey. I always kind of press on for this part. I feel like swiping is more for the blending part, and once you really want to have like color payoff and just that impact, you really press it in. Then once you've got Bronzer applied to the outer corner of the eye, we're also gonna drag it into the crease. Stamp, 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 stamp. It's like a mini vibrator, in the crease, which is an odd place to put a vibrator, but it works sometimes. And my favorite thing to do with eye looks is including the front of the brow. And it just makes your nose look smaller. It makes your brows look sexier. It just makes your eyes, when you have hooded eyes like I do, it just makes everything look just gross. Now it's time to blend out the edges and get that perfect blend. I always take a mixture of B for Basic and Bad Beach. So I take those two shades and I go like right on the line where Bronzer stops. And little by little, I pick up those two shades, mix them around, and start smoking and diffusing that line out. Magic. These shadows are just out of this world. They're super, super pigmented, but they're also buildable. Then you always want to go back in with the shade you used beforehand. So I'm going to go back in with Bronzer and just reiterate the power of that shade. And by softly mixing it into Bad Beach and B for Basic, you're getting that perfect blend, everybody. Okay, now let's have some fun with the lid because we're going in with Supreme Queen, and this color right here, I know is gonna be top favorite for some of you. She's not silver, she's not gold, she's not champagne. It's like this soft, pale gold chrome shade that is out of this world. And if you want like even more impact, you pick some up on your finger and just kind of press it onto the lid for even brighter reflection and just to make it all a bit more smoky and smoldering, I'm taking Sassy Classy, which is like a true, beautiful, rich, dark brown. Perfect for a smoky eye, like, oh. And that's going right here in the outer corner to really smoke it up. Look at that richness, oh. Then for the lower lash line, first I'm going in with Sassy Classy again to connect the top to the bottom here. And then with Bronzer, I'm filling up that entire lower lash line and really adding that drama. I'm obsessed with this. I can't. It's so crazy to me that I get to show you this product right now. Like it's so surreal. It's just, I mean, look at that. That is a neutral toned glam smoky eye if I ever saw one. So let's do a little bit more of a bold eye on this side. First, I'm gonna go in with Never Boring. And this is going straight into the crease. And this is like a deep mauve-y, like old pinkish color. It has a little bit of a twist to it. It fits so many skin tones. It's just never boring. And I'm gonna start blending that out with Swish, Swish, honey. Swish, swish, bish. Adding this to the basket.
To the basket, to the basket, to the basket.
Nimya is the baddest one in the market. And same method kind of applies to this eye where I'm taking Swish Swish and just really blending out those edges, and then I'm going back in with Never Boring to like make it one complete story. And now taking probably my favorite color of the entire palette, Mr. and Mrs. Tutorials. It's got different colored particles that just make it look like actual magic in real life. To darken the outer corners, I'm taking Herfstheaven, which means Herfst is Dutch for fall, so it means autumn heaven or fall heaven. And I'm just stamping this onto outer corner of the eye and then softly tapping it into Never Boring for that seamless blend. Now for the inner corner, we are gonna take it to the extreme. So I'm taking Vuur and applying that for some fire. That orange is so bright, it literally glows. For the outer corner of the bottom, I'm taking Herfstheaven again to connect just like I did on this side. And then I'm mixing in some Never Boring and we're kind of going lower to create like a bigger lower lash line almost. Oh, we're getting creative. And then we're gonna blend underneath using Vuur and B for Basic. Lastly, I'm gonna go in with a Disco Stick, which is a pearly white with teal and blue, light blue reflex. That is going on the brow bone as a nice brow highlight with a hint of color, honey. Oh, that's real nice, actually. Look at that. Oh, that's really nice. All right, I'm gonna pop a lash on, drop in a couple of rhinestones, maybe a lower lash. I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so that is how I came up with the look right here. Now, quickly before I let you go, I do want to let you know that when you see campaign images for the palette right here, these images I shot myself. And I wanted to show you this sort of like vision that I had in mind, and only I could do that. Meanwhile, I look like this. I just look like that, not anymore. I'm so proud that this is gonna be on the outer box and everything was done by me. The photo, the makeup, the hair, everything. Which was nerve-wracking, but so rewarding in the end because I'm so incredibly proud of these images. And not because I think I'm better than anyone else, but I want everything to be perfect for this baby. And I am so scared. I haven't been able to sleep. I'm gonna cry. I haven't been able to sleep in a couple of days because I'm so scared of what's gonna come. Like I said, I put all my money into Nimya, and hopefully if this does well, we earn more to start working on other products, and maybe one day we'll grow enough to be able to do foundation. That would be the ultimate dream, the ultimate goal. So I want to thank you all, for anyone on Instagram or wherever you've seen this palette. If you've left a nice comment saying you love this, that doesn't go unnoticed. In fact, I appreciate it so much. The way you've been, why am I crying? What? You have no clue how much that means to me. The fact that you have welcomed Nimya into your lives and have given it this beautiful story so far is just mind-boggling to me. So from literally the depths of my heart, thank you so much. With that, I want to say thank you so much for watching this whole storytime video on Nimya the palette. It's available right now. I love you so much. I don't know where I would be without you. I know YouTube is a smaller family lately because TikTok and Instagram have been taken over, but I see you, and I really wanted to get this video out here for you to really experience the full journey of this palette. So if you have ordered this palette, thank you so much. We are including a couple of like handwritten signatures that I've done. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Send this to everyone who needs a gorgeous new palette in their lives. I love you, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.